welcome back. I am Alan Enraged, and this is my friend Numb Nutts.
Hello, everybody.
If you've seen the first video, you'll be caught up, but if not, I would recommend watching the first video. We are on, essentially, Act 2 of Monster Train. Let's get started.
I was, when we cut in the video, I wasn't expecting the immediate follow-up with, and here's video 2.
What are you talking about? It's been a whole day. It's a whole day later.
Alright, so in this situation, I'm seeing the ability to trim 2 dead units, and really want to do that because I like my draw efficiency.
Yeah, especially since the other one has the dead health. I'm leaning towards the left no matter what, as well as being able to upgrade and look for another unit that can go behind our Demon Fiend.
Alright, so I think we take a new unit, and review our champion upgrade, and then check
I do always do the champion upgrade last. I don't think there's a particular reason for that, but I just happen to do it last always.
Actually,
but I do. I would pick the unit, upgrade, trim 2 card, or pick the unit, upgrade our characters, trim 2 units, and then upgrade. Just because that's what I would do.
I actually think I want to do the champion upgrade first, just in case it happens to alter our other picks. Because either way, this isn't going to change.
Yeah, it is very possible. Since I already know all the upgrade paths, there aren't too much variation. It does give you 2 out of the 3 available, and sometimes it gives me one I did not expect to get.
That's a lot of HP.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this is the pick. Just because this is an equivalent of giving it 10 damage per person that hits it, so it's actually a lot of extra damage.
Up to 40. So yeah, I definitely think the spikes is the play here.
Ooh, but if we are just doing the play of putting that Animus of Will behind hand, maybe then we do just go the pure tank route.
Either way is not bad. Like I said, I've never picked the Revenge Draw 1, so I was actually surprised. I expected it to turn into a Revenge Draw 2. And not just, here's some bulk stats.
Oh, that's a good point. So if I pick this, is there another upgrade where it goes to 3 and you get something else of stage 2? Or how does that work?
Can you elaborate?
At a future level, like, I don't know, we're on tier 4, so maybe like tier 7, you get another champion upgrade?
Yeah, approximately.
How does that work? Is it predetermined?
Not that it'll show us kind of predetermined, but it will either be the Revenge Draw 1 bulk upgrade, the Spikes 10, or the Restoration one that we saw in Act 1. And it will be any 2 of those.
Alrighty, so I think with the full tank route, I kind of like the extra HP.
Yeah, and we can add spikes to it with the sharpen. So it's not a bad pick.
Alright, let's check what units we
get
to look at.
40 health is a lot of health. But we would like to start picking cards that give more heal as well, so we can keep them topped up.
Animus of Will here. Since I didn't take the extra slot, the 3 is going to be competing with the 50-50 demons, which are just better.
Yeah, I would not take Awoken Hollow here. I would take Animus of Will. It's unfortunate that, like, it doesn't have any upgrades, but we can upgrade it right here.
What units? Multi-strike on a 50-50 seems pretty strong.
It does. That is really good. That's
it doesn't have an upgrade slot.
What doesn't?
Oh, they only show up if it's okay. You'll see in 15 seconds.
Yeah. It just means it doesn't have an upgrade.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking? Is it just multi-strike on the 50-50? Do we want to put Hearthstone on the Animus? I don't think we do on the other one.
So I think we start off with the multi-strike. I think it does obviously go on one of the 50/50s. I would then hit a Rage 7 on the Animus, because that's 14 extra damage at the start that will diminish.
But do we want to give it that life? Are there better upgrades?
And so what I would do is re-roll.
Will we have enough money afterwards? Whatever the big slot item is, we won't be able to afford.
We won't be able to afford the big slot item, but there might be a better alternative to just a flat 25 life. There might be like plus 10 damage, plus 10 life, which I think would be a perfectly fine payoff. A 13 life Animus is still good, and then you could always get the Heartstone again. It just gives a, instead of choosing between one option, we're choosing between two.
So, Battlestone here then?
Yeah, you could either go the Battlestone to give it a little bit more life, or if you want that floor to be a little bit riskier, do the Strength Stone. You gotta kind of imagine that Animus will be on a different floor than the tankier Animus. So it's going to be hitting less units, which means maybe less spike units.
Yeah, but it's only a 3 HP.
It's true. So if it does hit a spike, it dies. But it's not the it's not the end all be all like our first Animus, where if it died, we had no damage. We have a lot of backup plans at this point. So either one is a perfectly fine pick. I do think that the Battlestone is more, how do you say,
conservative play?
Dependable. Yeah, it's like, you're like, I know it'll survive for a little while.
Yeah.
And it's going to be doing a lot of damage. It's 8 plus 14 when it hits the ground. Sure, it's going to go down as the battle goes on, but we're not really planning on the boss making it past the first floor. We're just using the other floors to clean up anything we haven't quite killed.
So previously I was cutting a Train Steward plus one of the spells at a time, but in this scenario, this deck, we've already got all our units really, so I think it's just trim 2 Train Stewards.
And since those torches are our only damage spells, they're not as useless as you might think. So the Train Stewards are completely useless. We have absolutely no space for them. I say you cut them, and you can only cut 2 cards here, but I would actually go back to the shop and pick the Purge option and get rid of another Train Steward.
Oh, hey. I do have 50 gold. Oh, well. Alright.
Alright. Do you want that trial? Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We'll see another shop. It just doesn't help us for this battle. And who knows, that 50 gold might help us get another multi-strike on something.
Huh. So that's pretty weak attack. He just gets more damage as time goes on. The Clip Defender just has armor. That's no big deal at all. What's the final boss? Add a self-mutilation card to the top of your draw pile, which is cost 1.
I hate that card.
Oh, yeah, you just gotta play it.
Yeah.
Since we got so much mana, it'll be fine.
It will.
We did take the extra mana one.
It just feels bad, man.
I think we've got enough damage that we could actually probably do this.
I would 100% do this. Because of our life as a resource, we have plenty of heals coming up. We won't even face Fell for 2 battles. I think it's completely fine to take it here. And 150 is a big deal.
Is there any indicator to let you know when the boss is going to come?
Can you hover over the top right a little? It says a 4 there, and I'm not sure what that means.
I think that's the floor we're on. Oh wait, yeah. I think that's
the battle we're on. Okay. So I believe the boss shows up after 5 rounds, but I'm not completely certain. For regular bosses, it always tells you the respite thing first, so I think it's 5 rounds and then a respite.
Okay. 42. Wow. Sitting at 40, 50. So the torch isn't going to let us kill him in one attack. So he's going to take 2 attacks no matter what. So I guess we torch this guy. Wait,
Might
can
as
we
well,
torch?
you have the mana.
Triggers when damaged. We could torch our own guy to draw a card and then heal him.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. I don't use that revenge trigger nearly enough, and
No, that doesn't matter. That was nothing. Do we want to hold the Animus and like let it recycle since we'd be putting it down without any tank?
I think it's completely
Actually, it'll
fine.
probably be fine.
Yeah, it's got 20 some odd life and only 2 damages getting through. And then I just stack more regen on your champion because why not?
Alright, so it's Demon Fiend in front here. Imp Trick.
That imp trick is so nice. Like,
I think we just sharpen the Insane Animus.
yeah, because her damage will start dropping by 2 every turn, so buffing it back up is nice.
We could alternatively put, like, it's not going to take advantage of the spikes though, but I think that getting to take more advantage of the attack is more beneficial than getting to take advantage of the spikes.
Spikes is 4 damage to like each unit, while the sharpen on her is 12 damage to 1 unit, and I think that's more beneficial, like 12 extra.
Alright. Okay, I was checking to see if we have a unit we want to play instead of the Train Steward, and we totally do whenever it comes around.
Yeah, I would completely ignore the Train Steward. Like, your whole deck, like, you can't even afford to play one for 1 turn, because then you could completely screw over a floor for a whole cycle. But you don't have that many cards in your deck. Your deck is nice and thin, so it's super consistent. So right now, Train Stewards, they're just kind of blight cards.
Yeah, really. It's kind of crazy how streamlined this is.
Yeah, it's definitely a good first/second run.
I don't know if it matters. Doesn't look like it does. We'll just nuke that guy because he's going to be living. Keeping our people too healthy.
That's perfectly fine, especially for these.
What a terrible problem to have.
I know. So the restoration detonation is just awesome.
I mean, this guy's gonna die either way, but I guess we can just full heal him.
Yeah, I love using it. It's so much damage. Like, it really is. Like, it's way more than you think it would be. Like, sure, you can do the math, but when they actually look at it, it's just like, wow, that's just super effective.
This is just silly.
But yeah, like, a 50 damage spell that heals for 10, that's nuts.
You can draw a card, but there's no point. I have no cards I would want to draw.
Right.
60 times 3 on this guy.
Yup.
It's no fair. The boss didn't let me pre-hit him. At no point did he present himself to me.
That's just because he's a minor boss. Only Daedalus, Fel, and Seraph present themselves. Well, that's because they have crap tons of life.
Huh. How valuable is putting quick on our super beefy triple striker?
Well, I think it's amazing. It's absolutely bonkers. So
the invigorating solution helps us set up our bottom floor faster, but
I think you have so much draw, like, it's not the play. I think the quick is the play, but I do think that the quick is less useful on the floor where your champion is, because the Animus will be killing enemies that would be giving you draw power, so I think you give it on the other Animus. Or
Yeah,
even
that's interesting.
or even on your big guys.
That does kind of make me lean towards the solution, just because we got crazy lucky in that last run. But the solution helps us set up the imp and other things.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a bad play. There is a card draw maximum. I'm not sure what it is.
It's 10. I've hit it.
Right.
In the one game I played.
Yeah, I just never counted. I was never like, oh, what is it? Because I hit it pretty often, but still, like guaranteeing you'll have 10 cards is pretty good. Anything here speak to you?
I'm not sure what all of them do. Spend all of your remaining ember. If anything, it'd be this, just because if we spend 4 ember to give the triple striker 8 rage, that seems pretty strong. But even that seems passable.
Yeah, I still think it's good because it has consume. If it didn't have consume, I might not pick it as often, or be as partial to it, because you're not going to want to do it every time you see it necessarily, because you're going to have other things you want to play. But when you do play it, you're guaranteed not to see it again, so it's thinning your deck. So I love cards with consume because you only got to draw them once.
Okay, we'll try it out.
Yeah, and on your triple striker, it's pretty good. Gives him a little bit more survivability.
Wow, we got lots of gold. I like the void so much that pretty much no matter what's on the other side, I want the void. Even though we do have the health being wasted. That does alter it a little bit. But I like cutting 2 train stewards, and I'd even be fine with cutting some, like 1 restore, 1 torch. I'd be okay with that if it got to that point. Forging new units. I guess our units are pretty well. We have the demon feeds that we can buff. What do you think? I'm taking it you're leaning towards this side.
Yeah, I'm leaning to the left. Removing those torches are or the train stewards, the torches, upgrading your demon fiends.
Oh, interesting. All right, I was thinking you might be going towards the right because we have not upgraded any spells yet.
And I think that's completely fine since our units cost so little. There's not much we can do with our spells, and we still can upgrade them before a final boss. But right now, like, our units are where all of our power is at, so giving them the upgrades. And then streamlining those train stewards. Like I said, they're 2 blight cards, so getting rid of those will streamline your deck even more. I like the idea of spending some gold to remove some torches. I would not necessarily remove the restores just yet, because they still have value. But not as much as they could.
Can you replace upgrades?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. Ooh, another multi-strike. Like, that's great.
We could have a triple striking demon fiend.
You could, yes. If you wanted. Or you could make the other one have multi-strike. I don't think it matters what you pick here. Like, upgrades are upgrades. A triple striking demon fiend is super strong. I think it's the extra 50 damage on him is nuts.
Yeah.
I think it's stronger than upgrading the first demon fiend. Because we cannot, like, we don't necessarily expect the boss to ever make it past to the 3rd floor. If they ever do, they've got a demon fiend they've got to deal with. But like, we don't have the necessary need to spread out our damage since our damage is so focused.
Yeah, I think we can pass on these upgrades. Do we want to purge?
Yeah, I would start just purging torches. I would probably only do 2 purges to conserve gold.
Oh, it goes up in cost.
Yeah, it goes 50, 75. and then 100, 125. And
Good reroll.
we could check it out. If it's another multi-strike, it could be useful on that other Demon Fiend. I don't think it hurts. We're not hurting for gold. I'm just thinking in the future, like, we're really low on artifacts, which isn't an issue, but I do really like artifacts. Oh man, quick. So, quick is awesome. Have we already put it on something?
No, it kind of makes me wish that we split the double strike. So you think putting quick on the Fiend?
Yeah, sure, why not? It's still super strong. Like, it's got us, whatever it gets to that Demon Fiend has to be able to take 50 damage before it can even attack back.
Alright, seems good. Let's fight this guy.
And it guarantees one extra hit against any boss that makes it up against that enemy.
Alright. Opting into the enemies having spell shield, we just got rid of most of our torches, so that makes that seem a-okay. But extinguish gives +2 to all friendly units on death, so we don't even necessarily want to torch that off. Yeah, I think this is fine to turn on.
Yeah, we're not spell heavy, and we did just remove, what was it, 1 torch or 2?
So, not a target in combat. That means
Yeah,
for the first 8 attacks, it can't be hit.
Yeah, and that's why it's super useful that we have such a tanky champion.
Wow.
But you really do want to start stacking restores on him, or else the boss is going to really easily get to the second floor. This is my least favorite boss because he has screwed up several of my runs because I put too many eggs on one floor. And once those eggs are cracked, I just didn't have the damage to get past him. He's kind of a tanky test.
This is an interesting predicament. What are your thoughts?
I think we put him on the bottom to gain 2 extra draws, and then we set up a Demon Fiend on the second floor to kill off whatever's left over.
Fair enough, because he can take these hits.
Yeah. You can put the Sharpen on your guy, and then it'll guarantee kills. Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would do the Sentient, Sharpen, then Demon Fiend second floor, and then go ahead and draw the extra cards next turn.
So many cards.
Isn't it beautiful?
I was trying to see if we had the... Oh, can't think of its name. But the draw a creature and give it a bunch of damage and HP, but it doesn't look like that landed.
Yeah, and since that didn't, what I would do is play both of your Animus of Wills and not play your Demon Fiend. I would set up the Resolve guy on the top floor, the Imp on the bottom. Because next turn you're guaranteed to draw that card, which means you're guaranteed to buff that Demon Fiend, because it'll be the last unit in your deck.
Huh. Alright, and now I think that we just consume all the rage on our guy.
That's exactly what I would do. And it doesn't matter which one, but the bottom floor is probably preferable. Like, that's 16 extra damage times 3.
Who knew we were going to get that guy?
Right? It says one available on the card, so the card knew. And then he's free. Like, you got a 70-70 quick guy, which sure isn't as strong as multi-strike, but it's stronger than a 50-50. Restoration detonation. Just set up lots of restore, like all the rest of your stuff would be restore. Because that stealth guy is going to do a lot more damage, so you want to be able to start chipping those heals back in.
Yeah, considering he's going to attack him so many times, I actually like stacking the spike. I guess that's bad logic.
Oh, no, right. You're right. The spikes is another good pick. Like, you can do all of it, really.
Yeah, because this guy can't even attack back for the first 8 turns. Okay, yep.
Yeah. Gotta remember, I'm 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, you're calling that imp to give it the endless.
Completely broke the whole deck.
Yeah. It's absurd.
Yeah, you see, like, if you can see far enough into the future, you can see lines that you didn't even know existed. Here I would restoration detonation your demon just to top him up. And stack some more restore. And I don't really see the point in using any of the torches unless you just want to draw extra cards next turn. You could start torching yourself. He's got spell shield. Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Oh, he set the die already.
Yep. And that's why spikes is pretty good. I mean, 8 spikes. It's not much, but it definitely helped out. I'm really interested that, if you notice, your champion actually dies in this fight. And so that little bit of restore definitely saved you. Saved you getting the extra points. Alright, what do you think is best here?
Tough call.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's the custodian.
Yeah, I guess that's true because we don't have the space for it. If we got the increased space on a different one, then that would be a little more viable. We're already doing so well at keeping health up that Unleash the Wildwood doesn't even seem too useful. So that kind of makes me lean towards Engraft.
You got a lot louder for some reason. But yeah, I do lean towards the Engraft. Unleash the Wildwood is really good, and we will be losing a lot more life in future fights. But the Engraft, if you reduce it to 0, you're just generating energy. It's only restore 1 health, sure, but it is really good on the restore upgrade, which we could end up getting. Drawing an extra card's nice, like...
Maybe it is the Wildwood if we're gonna be getting bigger hits later.
Oh yeah, we'll be taking a lot more damage than we have been. Although, like, maybe I'm just overestimating the enemy's power. I do play on Covenant rank 10, and you're on Covenant rank 1, so, I mean, there is a difference. So I don't think either one of those is a bad pick, but maybe Unleash the Wildwood, especially with how often we'll be seeing it. It just gives us a little bit of extra comfort zone. Anything here speak to you?
Nope.
Yep, skippity skip, Skipperson. I mean, on the other hand, the branding right is alright, but I still wouldn't take it here. You deal 5 damage to your own guy to apply 20 armor. Like, that is pretty good. But it just clogs up our deck, and we can do those things better with heals.
I like getting 2 artifacts. I actually don't know that I want to trim anything, really.
I would keep retrimming torches, really. Like, I would get rid of the rest of them if you could. They generate so little value now that the pretty much only value is deal 2 damage, draw a card. Which isn't bad, you know? From a Magic player's perspective, that's one of the better cards.
You like picking up the artifacts over upgrading a spell and checking out what's in the cavern?
Yeah, I would 100% go to the right here. Upgrading our spells is nice, but that's 2 extra artifacts potentially. Like,
is this a store that we can return back to?
what do you mean?
Wondering if I can click on this, see what the options are, exit it, and then check this.
Yes, you can look at everything first. You'll only be able to buy 1 trinket, but having the choice between 3 is the upside here, with the ability to reroll as well, so you can technically look at 6 trinkets. Friendly units get +3 is not great with where we're currently at. When you summon a second unit during a turn, gain 3, that's really strong.
Yeah, if we had better things to cast, I'm kind of tempted to take the 50% trinket, because, like, on a weird draw, Channel Song could hit multiple creatures, but the draw 3 a couple times. But really, like, this consume actually seems to be a pretty good use. But if we did take the, since the units are free, gaining the 3 mana would be really reliable, at which point I don't know that I want to trim torches, right? Because we can easily just play everything we draw at all times. I don't know. This is interesting. We'll have to keep that in mind when we view what's at the other place.
Yeah. So, me personally, I would reroll here. But yeah, let's go take a look at what our free artifact is.
These don't seem that strong.
So
50% chance to daze seems better than the 40 life, maybe?
I think the 40 life is pretty strong, just in case we get in a bad spot. It's just an extra cushion. The 50% chance to daze isn't very good, because we're definitely banking on our champion getting hit.
Good
So
point.
it's draw less. So I think we take the 40 health. On a squishier run, where we're more champion-centric and our champion would be very easy to kill, I would 100% take the daze, but we're so tanky, I don't think it's beneficial, and it's only on that first floor. If it was every time they went up a floor... So if we had more X cards, the Hell's Banners would be an obvious pick. Even just 1 or 2 more X cards. But like, after the first couple turns, we're not getting any use from the Hell's Banners. And we're not getting extra draw on our first turn, which is our setup turn. So I would reroll, but I'll let you pick how you would want. Because we can only pick 1 artifact.
What are summon abilities?
What do you mean? Oh, okay, so it's like, when this is summoned, so like our Rage Imp. Our Rage Imp would give 6 rage instead of 3 rage. And I think that's amazing, because we're casting our Rage Imp every turn. So it doubles how much rage we get, and I think that's the obvious pick.
It says draw cards.
Which one? Oh, no, but that can really screw you up, so... Oh, man.
It would be interesting to know if this random application of cost is before or after.
It'd be before or after the -2 reduction. Or before. But, yeah, like, I think it's good on some runs. So if you get a lot of units that cost more than 4, boom, now they cost between 0 and 3. Same with spells. Yeah, I think doubling our imp triggers, it does suck that we only have the 1 imp. But that one imp is played every turn.
So you don't think there's any value in keeping these torches with how much extra draw we have?
I think the restore just has more value than the torch does.
Waiting for low points in roommate noise.
Yeah.
So, what about trimming one restore? We do have a lot of draw power and stuff. Is there any units we want to trim?
So let's look at our unit.
This is really a front unit. We don't have a backup unit to replace it.
It's true.
So maybe that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and we can trim it
in the future.
but it still is a nice target for our consume thing. Just ignore the singing in the background. So I don't dislike the idea of removing that. But me personally would get rid of the torch. You can do it however you wish. I do like the idea of having another unit other than the steelworker. But we can always remove them in the future. And you can go to the Merchant of Trinkets and spend that 75 gold. But I'm 15 seconds behind. Alright, so Fel, we'll add Scourge Decks to your hand. And as I remember you saying, you did not make it through Fel, your last run?
Yeah, I got here and then she killed me. Well, our first hand is like free.
It is free.
This is a crazy start.
Yeah, so I think... Oh, man. That's a big old Animus. And it has Rage, so it's extra 14 on there. And then summon a... Oh my god, double up an Imp.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Alright, so let's see if you can kill Fel before she, before she starts to fight you, because I think your deck is definitely strong enough to do it. Gotta start getting rid of those statues first. Oh, baby.
Yeah, I think we can take the damage from the reserve once to go ahead and get him out.
Yep, but it will clutter up your deck, I think. I don't think it goes...
Yeah, it'll be around on the next refresh, but...
I think.
I'm sure it will be. But
yeah.
It's
much more important to set up than to not take one damage.
I guess I'll heal 1 damage. Oh, it's all units in the row. That's interesting. Doesn't matter, but that's interesting.
Yeah, it's great. I like it. Yeah, no reason not to use it because it's free and doesn't consume. It's just a good card.
She had 1300 life on the first run, so she's got less life this time.
That's interesting. Are you sure you didn't make it to Seraph? Maybe.
I think this was who got me.
Because I'm pretty sure Seraph has 1300 life.
Contemplating on if we want to purge this or get the extra bonus. I think we purge it and use this on a different round. Because we do have the sharpen as well to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I would wait on the spike. You're pretty much going to draw it, like, within the next few turns.
This unit.
You have 20 cards in your deck, but you only have, like, 12, 13 that you cycle through. Not the greatest hand, but hey, you can stack a lot of restore and draw extra cards next turn.
I opted to not draw just because of the consume stuff that they keep putting in our hand, or purge stuff.
I definitely would have drawn anyway, because she's only putting one per turn. Now your 0 damage champion has 52 damage.
Yeah, how did that manage? Oh, just from all the rage?
Just the imps. You have 26 rage.
Yeah.
You're getting pretty close to killing her, too.
Yeah. I kind of like the sharpen. I guess it's really the same amount of damage as... Oh, no, it's not. It's half.
But it is permanent. Yeah. The rage does technically decrease per turn. I mean, you're increasing it, but... And the spikes is just more consistent damage. I mean, your Animus of Will only does 336 damage per attack.
Yeah, we need the boss to come down to that row before it enters.
I think she's a little scared. But I think she should come down now, right? $110 damage to her this turn.
Look at how much that shock did.
Yeah. I didn't say remove all of them, I just said remove some. Or a lot of them. You started with 5. That is a lot of torches. Like,
man, this is going to hit for 72, which means this guy lives with 3 life. So I actually think the sharpen goes on him.
I think you can kill the boss if you use the consume one on your Animus right now.
I think this will also kill it.
Yep. So 244 plus... No.
Because it now makes... She kills the imp, and then the boss or the champion kills that, and then we get the 3 hits.
Gotcha. Yep.
Well, that was massive.
Alright. Enjoy your second achievement.
Oh no! I took damage.
That's fine.
Huh. That was interesting, because I would be partial for the spike, but we drew it like 3 times and didn't even play it. So that makes me kind of hesitant to take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily take a second one.
The channel song seems crazy good, though.
It does, but like the same kind of idea. Like, once you get your units out, it's a dead card.
It's consumed, though.
Yeah, I mean, but it is pay 1 mana, not see this again. But
I think I like the channel song, just because I really like getting that plus 20.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad pick, because like picking either one of the consume here is not a bad idea. And 20 damage and 20 health permanently is technically more valuable than 8 damage, 8 armor.
Back to this.
I'm interested to see what you think would be the pick here.
I don't think it's worthwhile going up to 5 mana.
I would like to state that there is only 1 battle left and then the final boss instead of the normal 2 battles before the final boss.
Okay. So, I don't think that going up to 5 mana matters. The additional space allows us to pick up a 3-star unit and be able to run it, so we could have 2 3-stars on a spot.
Or an imp and start imping other floors.
Yep. And then the draws, I like draws. But
we have so much draw.
After the first turn, though.
It's true.
This gives us 1 draw on the first turn. But yeah, I think it's the location. Capacity.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man. Alright, so we gotta take the duplicate, that way we can have another Animus.
Alright, but first, we're gonna end the video here. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and join us next time to see if we can take on the final boss.